On the highway to the airport, as we're leaving Saudi Arabia, the call we've been waiting for.
Hello?
It's a woman who says she's the mother of two girls, one 13, one 14, who've been married off by their father.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Walaikum assalam.
Thank you very much for talking to us. What's the situation? What happened with your two daughters?
She's too afraid of retaliation to talk to us on camera, and it's taken days to build the trust for this conversation. Through a translator, she explains.
He forced them to sign the papers. He threatened them if they don't go along with the marriage, they will be divorced. And it's a terrible thing for a woman to be called divorced, obviously, in the culture.
Wajiha Al-Huwaida is a women's rights activist. A few days earlier, she told me this mother's case was not unique. She is angry that Saudi mothers have few rights in court when challenging their husbands, and she's taking her campaign to the internet.
Yes, it has 5 stars as well.
Already, like, it's just yesterday we published it.
Yesterday? And now it has 500 views already.
Yes.
Al-Huwaida released a web video campaigning for a girl who's just 8 years old, recently married against her mother's will to a 47-year-old man to settle the father's debt. A judge refused to annul the marriage, but required the girl's husband to sign a pledge that he would not have sex with her until she reaches puberty.
I asked her how old are you, and she said, I am 10. And I said, do you think 10 years old girl should you get married? And she said, no. And this one is the same. She said, no.
Making the video was easy, she says. Other women and their daughters are ready to speak up. The case of the 8-year-old, married off to settle a debt, has changed the mood.
We just like living in a denial. We don't want to hear about it. We don't want to see it. We don't want to deal with it in real cases. But after this little girl case, actually we heard more and more cases.
And maybe one of the reasons that people are coming forward is that in this deeply conservative society, there is more debate than ever before.
I'm sure you followed Saudi press coverage of that issue alone. Headlines and in-depth reporting, and not just in one newspaper, but in several, and readers' letters, etc.
But there is still plenty of opposition to change. The debate over child brides is not swaying the kingdom's top religious authority, the Grand Mufti, who recently ruled it was okay for girls as young as 10 to be married. And in the case of the 8-year-old, the legal battle continues.
The lawyer representing the 8-year-old girl tells us both he and her mother would like to talk to us, but they've been warned by judges speaking to journalists can hurt their case. So ahead of their appeal, they are being forced into silence.
At the Saudi government-funded Human Rights Commission, they want to change the laws, set a firm minimum age for marriage, but they say they lack the power.
We cannot interfere into this is a field. We cannot say the judge is wrong.
What they are doing instead is bypassing the judges, attempting to educate parents to put their daughters' needs first, publishing a report that details the damage early marriage inflicts on girls.
Is there anything else you know that you can do to get your daughters back home?
But for the desperate mother who called us and her daughters, change can't come soon enough. Nick Robertson, CNN, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.